All right, so today we're diving into something I know a lot of you have been asking about, and that's manifestation.
Yeah.
It's something we've gotten a lot of questions about, and you've sent in some super interesting stuff on, how we can actually achieve our goals
Right.
by, focusing our minds and our actions and all of that. So I think this will be a good deep dive for us to kind of unpack what that really means
Yeah.
and how it can be relevant to, you, the listener out there.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of times people think about manifestation. They think, oh, I'm just going to sit here and wish for something and it'll come to me.
Right.
It's like, no, no, it's not quite like that.
Mhm.
It's more about understanding how our intentions, what we truly believe, and the actions that we take kind of all work together to shape the outcome.
Okay, so in real terms then, what is manifestation? Because it's not just, wishing upon a star or something, is it?
No, not at all. It's funny you should say that, though, because the material you sent in actually highlights that it's about bringing your goals into being through focused intention, a strong belief in their possibility, and crucially aligned action.
Got it.
So think of it as training your brain to be more aware of opportunities and then taking the necessary steps.
Hmm.
I mean, especially for someone like you who's, always seeking knowledge and efficiency.
Right.
This is kind of a framework for actually making things happen.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Hmm.
So where do we even begin with this whole process? What's the first step? Because the sources that we've got here really emphasize getting clear on what you want.
Right.
But why is that so important? Why is that so fundamental?
Well, I think the key here is this specificity acts like a powerful filter for your brain.
Okay.
And so a lot of the emphasis in this information is about asking yourself, what do I truly desire?
Mm-hmm.
And then detailing it in writing.
Okay.
So instead of, just a vague desire for a better job, you'd actually envision the specific role,
Right.
the work environment, even how you'd feel on a typical day at that job.
Really getting granular with it.
Exactly. And this focused clarity is what helps your brain pinpoint relevant information and chances that you might otherwise completely miss.
So it's like you're giving your subconscious a very clear direction, almost like a map to follow or something.
Exactly.
That's really interesting.
Good.
Okay, so we've got that. We've got, being really clear about what we want. But the material also talks a lot about, you know, cultivating a belief in what we want to manifest, like actually believing that we can achieve these things. And it even mentions things like daily affirmations.
Mhm.
So how does that play into all of this? How does belief play into manifestation?
Well, I think this brings up the crucial role of our internal dialogue,
Okay.
right? Because a lot of the time, negative self-talk is like a major roadblock to
Absolutely.
anything we want to achieve. And so the idea of daily affirmations, things like I am capable and worthy of success,
Right.
that you repeat to yourself consistently, is about reinforcing